Hey everybody, welcome back to Girls Gone Pod. If you can look and you can tell, there's a little bit of a different scenery. Usually I'm in the bedroom doing this, but today we're in my car. So, yeah, change it up a little bit, getting ready to go and grab some coffee. Yeah, so the topic today is, can you be friends with an ex? So I know everybody's situation is different. I know everybody has, like, their pros and cons or whatever. Like, should I be, should I not? Some people make it work, some people don't make it work. This is kind of where I stand on that, my opinion about this. So please go ahead and in the comments express how you feel about this, express like your opinions, or if you have any questions to add on to it, I can comment on there and answer more for you guys, add on to this video. Or if there's a lot of questions, I can just make like another video as like a part 2 to this. So I guess here we go. Me personally, no. So, like, I guess it's also calling the kettle black in a sense, too, because, like, so there's this one guy that I had, like, a thing with. It was never anything serious, and then the more the thing started, like, continuing, the more I was wondering, like, is this becoming more, in a sense? And it's crazy because, like, now, like, I can't look at him as more than that, if that makes sense. Now, like, I can't. I just don't know why. Like, back then I was like, yeah, like, for fun, but, like, now, like, it's just no, like, it's just not. It's not for me. It's just not hitting the spot. Like, it's just not it, if that makes sense. So, like, my family's friends with him, right? And, like, they were friends with him. And I was friends with him before the thing even started. But, like, my family is more friends with him. Like, I have him, like, on my social media. Like, I have him, like, on Facebook, but that's it. Like, I don't have him, like, on Snapchat. I don't have him on, like, Instagram. Like, I don't have him, like, on TikTok. Like, I don't have him on, what's it called, like, Threads. Like, I don't have him on any social media besides for, like, Facebook. And even then, like, we don't even, like, talk to each other on there. Like, I think the last time we talked was when we saw each other in person, but that was also because my brother was going to hang out with him. And so there's that. But other than that, like, I guess you can say, like, we're friends, but, like, we don't really talk as much as, like, friends do. Like, once in a blue moon, maybe he might, like, reach out and be like, hey, how you been? Like, oh yeah. And, like, the last time we talked was, like, about our dating life, you know, like, how it's been a little bit of a struggle, and, like, how it's kind of hard to find, like, that real good connection, and just talking about life in general and stuff. And so, and it's funny because, like, I have no attraction to him, like, no more attraction, like, there's nothing, and I assume the same thing for him as well. But as far as that goes, like, we don't hang out by ourselves, like, we don't do any of that. Like, if my family goes and, like, invites him over and I'm there, you know what I mean? Like, it's only when that certain things come, like, kind of come alive and, like, come into, like, into the picture, like, that's the only time I ever, like, see him in person, you know? So, with that being said, yes, but no. Now, like, if you looked at my other, like, actual, like, relationships, and, like, guys that I have, like, been with for a while, then no. I can't see myself as a friend to them after I've already had some kind of long relationship, or even if we were, like, just in the talking stage, you know what I mean? Like, we weren't even friends before. Like, we didn't even know were, like who each other were. We were just in the talking stage, like I still can't be friends with you, you know what I mean? Like you're in the past, like you're my past. I mean, I know nothing wasn't really there. You're not really an ex, but like things have happened, like there's some kind of connection happening and building. But I don't want to like be friends with that, because for me, like I feel like being friends with an ex can also cause issues and cause trust and cause trouble in like whatever next relationship that you may get in, and vice versa. For me, like whatever next relationship I get in, or get like whoever I get with, I'm not really huge on people being friends with exes, because I feel like because you've had such that long connection with them for a while, and you've been with them for a while, and like you've been through things and done things, you know, with them, like I feel like there's always that moment, there's always that possibility, you know what I mean? And then again, it's different when you have like a baby daddy, you know what I mean? Like also there needs to be trust in that too, you know, but like people break up for a reason and things happen for a reason. But as far as like, oh, you guys broke up just because, I don't know, for whatever reason, like if somebody cheated on somebody, you know what I mean? Then, oh, but that person that cheated wants you back, but you're the one that also wanted to keep things going and trying. Like, I guess I've seen people kind of like go back to them. Like, I've seen people do that before as well. But honestly, I don't think, like for me, I couldn't be friends with somebody that I used to have like a relationship with. Like there's a reason why it ended. There's a reason why things have ended, especially if I wasn't friends with them for a while beforehand, before anything kind of went in that direction, you know what I mean? Like if we just were like, oh, hi, you're cute, like, you know, how are you, like, oh, tell me your interests, like if you go from messaging them to like getting to know them, like for that intent of wanting to like be in a relationship with them, then I don't think it's necessary. For one, I don't think it's going to work out in your favor for any upcoming relationships. Like if you guys have known each other for, I don't know, however long, like for a while or whatever, and like since, I don't know, middle school, elementary, like, you know, like you're almost like just like family in a sense. And you guys, you know, have always just been friends, but there was never any kind of like connection there. And then you guys like try something, I guess, or whatever, I don't know, and then it just doesn't work, and you guys can just kind of click back and go right back to just kind of just being friends, especially like if it's like a family friend, or if it's just like friends of friends, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, or your parents are friends with them, or their parents, or whatever it is, like you guys just known each other for so long, then I don't see an issue in it, unless you guys were in a relationship for so many years. Then I think that's like another issue too. Like I can understand, like if you guys tried it and it just didn't work, like there just wasn't that connection there, it just wasn't happening, then I can also kind of see maybe in a sense. But I feel like there's also kind of like that fine line where sometimes it's just not, you know, it's just not it's not meant to be, it's just not happening. And like I said, there's reasons why things end. They end for a reason. Your relationship ends for a reason. Or sometimes you're just better off as friends. Maybe like you guys are really good friends, like it's great, like you can have that type of bond. But if it becomes like an actual like love relationship, like physical, you know, emotional bond like that, and it just doesn't work and you can't, then, you know what I mean? Then that's, I mean, I don't see an issue with that. But then again, it comes where like your next significant partner, like your love relationship, like, you know, your sexual partner, like that comes into your life, like that's where that trust needs to come into play. And like I would be upfront and be honest about it from the get-go. Be like, hey, like just letting you know, yada yada yada, like we don't go out of our way, just hang out by ourselves. But then there's relationships, like I have a friend, right? She's married to a guy, but she's also known this other guy for such a long time, and there's no connection like that there with him, but like she's friends with him, and once in the blue moon she will tell her husband, like, hey, we're gonna get coffee, like we're gonna catch up, you know, whatever, and she's very much honest about it, and she doesn't hide it from him, you know what I mean? So like there's that too, and like sometimes like it works in that relationship, like it's okay, you know what I mean? And like you shouldn't tell who you can and cannot be friends with, like I feel like that's kind of wrong in a sense. But then, like I said, like if you've been in a relationship with somebody for so many years and you've had that connection and that bond and that sexual part of your guys' life, you know, together, like take like a 5-year relationship, a 2 to 3 year relationship, you know, and like if there's been some kind of connection like that, then that's where I feel like it should be questionable. Like I feel like it should be questioned, like why do you need to be friends with them still? Like why do you need them in your life still? Like I feel like you will always have like those kind of feelings in a sense for them. Like I feel like those feelings just don't ever go away, you know, to a certain point, you know what I mean? And like if you had trauma from them, you know, obviously then like if it's to that point and to that extent, you know, obviously you're not going to keep them in your life, you know what I mean? Or like I said, you tried it and it just didn't work. But then again, you know what I mean? Like what if it's just wrong place, wrong time? You're in a relationship already, but then later on in the future, you know, you guys are still friends and whatnot and you hang out. What happens? Something happens, and then now you're cheating on your partner that you're currently with. Like there's temptations. We are human, right? There's always going to be temptations, and it's about how you as a person go about those temptations. Are you strong enough to be like, hold up, wait a minute, no, this is wrong, I should not be doing this, I can't do this? Or are you going to give in to those temptations? And like I talked about in my past videos, it always goes back to that understanding, the commitment, the honesty, the loyalty, the communication, like huge communication. Like you should not be hiding anything from your partner. And if you do find yourself hiding things from your partner or deleting things off your phone from your partner, then you probably shouldn't be doing it then. If you have like a hunch like, oh, if this person sees this on my phone, if they get the, you know, they might get mad, you know what I mean? Like then you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. And same thing, like you could be talking to your friend, right? And then you go and quickly like, oh, get out of the conversation because your partner's walking down the hallway in the house or coming up to you, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever it might be. Like, if you're finding yourself hiding those things, then you probably shouldn't be doing that then. Because then you think that your person's going to get mad, okay, well then don't do it. Or be honest and upfront about it. When you first start talking, like when you first start dating and you become a thing, like a, you know, relationship, like get their opinion and get it, like ask them, like, okay, how do you feel about this? How does this make you feel? And 9 times out of 10, I feel like most of people today, they're in the dating pool, they don't do these things. Or if they just get into like a relationship, or they've been in a relationship and that temptation comes into the picture, like they don't do these things, like they don't do what they should be doing that helps your relationship grow and build up bonds. And it's just, yeah. So that was my intake on it. This was like a very short intake, to be honest. Like I was like, I feel like I need to do a video about this topic, but like this is not going to be a very long video. So let's just kind of see what Google says and then go from there, because I feel like it could be different. You know what I mean? Like, so let's just see. Okay, so Google says, yes, it is possible to be friends with an ex, but it depends largely on the circumstances of the breakup, your emotional maturity, and whether both parties genuinely want a platonic relationship with no lingering romantic feelings. If the relationship ended on good terms and you've both had time to process the emotions, a friendship can be possible, but it's important to be honest about your intentions and set clear boundaries. So like what happens, you're very clear with that person and you set those boundaries very clear with that person, and then you're going pretty well at first in the beginning, and then out of nowhere the person that you want to be friends with only tries to hit on you, right? Now, if you're in a partner, or like if you're in a relationship, then you need to be like, hey, this is what happened, because if your partner finds out about it, it could be a lie, or that person that told your partner may not have the full story of what happened. You know what I mean? Or the person that just made a move on you that you want only to be friends with, and you made that clear with them, but they just don't care. What happens, they go and tell your partner, but it's not what actually happened, or not the full story, and then that person trying to break you and that partner up. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like an example. So like there's always sticky situations that you can get yourself into without having that communication being involved. And you know what? And the funny thing is that if you do make it very clear with that person that you only want to be friends with them, that's it, nothing else is happening, and they don't respect that, then why should you be friends with them in the first place, right? If they cannot respect your opinions, how you feel, how something makes you feel, and what you want, then you shouldn't be friends with them in the first place. If they cannot just be there for you and just be a shoulder to cry on, or if they can just not be like, hey, like, this is my opinion, but I respect whatever choice you want to make, like just how a friend should be, you know what I mean, then you shouldn't be friends with them. Clear and simple, you know. So I think there is a lot of worse possibilities. I think there's also a lot better possibilities and a lot better situations, also worse situations. But it's just how you go about it, your trust in your partner. If you have a partner, if you're single, there's not going to be as much possible situations. You know what I mean? If you're single, but you're like, hey, I just want to be friends with you, then it makes things a little bit easier because you don't have somebody else, you know, like. So like it's a little different if you're in a relationship or going to be in a relationship compared to if you just want to be single and like you just want to be like, hey, like this isn't working, like I just want to be friends with you. Then I feel like that also kind of makes things a little different too. You know what I mean? Because like you don't have any other things to worry about. You don't have somebody to tell, be like, hey, FYI, you know, like be open about it and communicate with somebody if you don't have a partner. And you can just go and just do whatever you want. And if something happens later on in life with that person or in the future that you told you don't want to be friends with, but you're single still, you know what I mean? If you want it, if you let it happen, let it happen. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just, the possibilities are endless. The outcomes are endless. How you go about it are endless. You know, anything is possible. Some things shouldn't be possible. Some things should not happen. But so here's more information about it. So it says healthy breakup. A clean break with mutual respect is more likely to allow for a friendship to develop. Emotional maturity. Both individuals need to be able to manage their feelings and not expect the friendship to turn romantic again. Clear boundaries. Establish what kind of communication and interactions are appropriate for a friendship and avoid situations that could be misunderstood. If you have unresolved feelings for that person, you probably shouldn't be friends with them. If there's some kind of connection, some kind of feeling there, like emotional, romantic feelings there for that person, you probably shouldn't be there trying to be their friend. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But with that being said, that's all I have for this video. Please go ahead and comment below if there's anything else you want to talk about or if you have any questions. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.